goodness. Oh my goodness, man. Legacy Life is on fire. You guys are moving and shaking, and we are just excited, excited for you guys and everything that you guys are doing, how fast y'all are growing. It is amazing. So, first and foremost, I hope that I don't do anything to slow you down, number one. Oh my goodness, don't put that on me. But when Mike reached out to me yesterday to see if I could just chat with you guys, I always never take it for granted when somebody asks me to speak, and especially to speak to their team, because the way that I look at it is you guys are like putting me in a position where I can either help your income explode or slow it down. So I hope I don't fumble on tonight, but I'm very excited to be on the call with you guys tonight. So just a little background on me, just in case we've never met before. Again, my name is Terry. My wife, Tia, and we found the Alliance a little over 7 years ago. Prior to the Alliance, I had a career in banking. I worked in the credit union industry and figured out pretty early on that I got in that rat race, working 2 weeks, paying bills, working 2 weeks, paying bills, and really just beginning to start to feel like, oh my gosh, it's got to be more to life than this. And my pastor and his wife invited me and Tia over to their house one Sunday afternoon and introduced us to World Ventures. And when I saw that opportunity, I had never been a part of a network marketing company before, but people started talking about making a living, and having fun, freedom, and fulfillment. I was just like, I like the sound of all that because I don't have any of that right now. And so we got excited about it, got started with it, and we had a measure of success. But with such small profit margins, we had a bunch of people on our team. We led the market here in North Carolina. But we still could basically got it up to about $1,500 per month. Now that's good side hustle money, now to be sure. But I didn't get into. I wanted that opportunity to get me financially free. Okay, and it just didn't happen. And then we moved down to Atlanta to take over a credit union down there. And they rescinded the job offer after we moved down there from North Carolina. So here I am, a grown man. I just got the little side hustle money. I just lost a 6-figure income, and I get on Craigslist just looking for a way to take care of my family before I could actually, until I could find another job. And I ran across an ad that said too many leads, not enough agents. And I clicked on it. I saw the Mutual of Omaha logo. I was like, that's got to be legit right there. So the crazy part about it was got started, never did life insurance before, got my insurance license in about a week. I did the license coach class in a day and a half and got my license and just implemented the system that the 8 steps to success. Okay. And my first 30 days, I made over $8,000 and I was legit fired up. Because in World Ventures, like it took me 5 years cumulative to make 100,000. And my first month, I made 8,000. And I was like, woo, this dog here will hunt. So we got really excited about it and we sold out to this idea because this is the thing, guys. Yes, you can go out and print cash flow immediately by going out helping protect families, okay? But this is the thing. I know this team knows about the Robert Kiyosaki quadrant, right? Self-employment income from just selling will still not get us financially free. So it's the passive residual income, the overrides that get us free. So yes, I was fired up because I could make money to pay my bills, but I was really more so fired up about building a team so that I could get that fun, freedom, fulfillment type of, like I really saw that, the theory, the concept was planted in me there, but I could make it happen here. And I got really, really excited about that. So first and foremost, how do you build confidence? Okay, is by you just going out and executing and getting some checks flowing through your bank account. There is nothing more fulfilling. There is nothing more satisfying. And you set up an appointment and you go over there to the client's home, and in about 45 minutes, you make $500. Like, I still get excited about that. Like, when they showed me the leads, Nick, I was just like, you got, like, these are people that's asking for what we have, and we don't have to buy no product. We got to, when they get set up the draft, that's the auto ship. Oh my God, somebody is about to make some money. Okay, so if you have an insurance license and you're not making a six-figure income, it's got to be because you don't want to or you're afraid of the work. But it is so freaking simple. Okay, so let's go out and build some confidence. And you got multiple success stories right here on this team of people going out and winning and helping protect families. Okay, so the other thing is this right here. Know what you want. Know exactly, know your financial freedom number. What do I mean by that? If you haven't done so, I want you to pull out an envelope, a sheet of paper, you journal, whatever, and write down every expense that you have to cover your lifestyle on a monthly basis. Yes, go out and sell to take care of those things, but also sell a little more to fund your business, so that way you can build your business and get passive income, so that your passive income covers your passive bills. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you are financially free. So one of the things that you want to look at is, and the thing I love about insurance is it's a very predictable business. Okay, when you get a large enough group of people doing anything, you can establish trends and identify trends. So if you go to NAAuniversity.com, I'm going to share my screen if I can. Yep. Go to NAAuniversity.com, click on Getting Started Quickly, okay? And scroll down under phone script, choose your weekly income. Boom. Listen, I like to say this right here. I don't have anybody on my team working, not making money, period, okay? So if you need to make $2,000 a week, this is the formula. You need to make about $250, talk to 30 people. You're going to book about 20 appointments. You're going to sit down with 14. You're going to close about half, and that's going to give you about $2,000 a week. Okay? So anybody can do that. This is what I would recommend that you also do. Nick and Mike, these guys are masterful builders. Okay? Why don't you, yes, sell enough to pay your bills, but also partner with Nick and Mike and let them help you build your residual income. Let them help you call people that you know. Okay? Now, one mistake that I made was this right here. I tried to build this like an insurance company. What I would recommend doing, and this is what's giving us most success right now, is talking to people that we know. And when we get people in our downline and when we recruit people, getting in their warm market, because the speed of trust is already there. So yes, we've never made less than $100,000 doing this business. Last year, I think we made $260,000 in just overrides alone. Okay, not counting our personal sales. Now, we have people that are making $2,000 to $3,000 a month part-time on top of their salaries. So it's crazy. It's crazy what we have going on. So how do you make 200,000? This is the way that you do it. I know it's going to sound redundant, but this is what you do. Number one, you have to fill out the green sheet in every single house. Okay? You have to fill out the green sheet in every single house. So if you go back to the NAA University and you scroll down, we do write a lot of annuities. Last year, I think we came in number 4 in personal production on annuities. I just got an agent, been with me 5.5 months. She just wrote 580,000 and just found 700,000 in a house the other day. But number one, you want to call from the house to make sure that we can help you get that initial sale. But what helps you get that initial sale is by filling out this green sheet. And I want to point out some things on this green sheet that you need to take note of as you're filling it out. Number one, right here, we need to make sure that we're asking people about their life insurance outside of work. Okay? If they don't have life insurance outside of work, which most people don't, you now have an opportunity to educate them on what happens with life insurance when you leave your job. But also, right here, if they have life insurance outside of their job, you already know that they believe in life insurance. You verify what they have. What do I mean verify? You pick up the phone and you call the carrier to verify what they have. Because most of the times, now if you go into NAA University and you go to advanced resources, there is a policy review checklist that it's going to tell you exactly what to ask the carrier. Okay? Just 3 weeks ago, by verifying a policy, I wrote a $35,000 single premium whole life case. So a lot of times, if people already have coverage, if you call and verify it, a lot of times you can show them how to get better coverage for the same amount of money that they're currently paying. So it's not a new debt to them. Okay? Health insurance, especially with the seniors. I highly recommend that you have all of your licensing so that you don't leave any money on the table. Health insurance, this is a Medicare indicator right here. Okay? Over here, types of debts. Did you guys know that if people have over $8,000 in unsecured debt, that we partner with Empower America, who can basically consolidate their unsecured debt, cut their payments in half. So let's say they had $20,000 in unsecured debt and they were paying $400 a month to service that debt. You can roll that $20,000 debt into a debt consolidation program, cut their payments from $400 to $200 a month. And guess what you just found? One, you found new premium, but also you're going to help them get out of debt in 2 to 4 years, which is amazing. Okay? Now, filling out this part of getting all of this information over here about the other assets that they already have in place that can help offset the mortgage or final expenses. This is where you find the safe money, guys. You should be finding safe money in 1 in 10 houses. If you are with us for any amount of time and you never write or find annuity money, it's a clear indication that you're not filling out the green sheet. You're not doing your due diligence. You're just going in that house trying to make a quick sale and get in and get out. But ask them about how much do you carry in savings and CDs? Not if you have it, but how much you carry. Okay? What about mutual funds and stocks, 401ks, IRAs, and annuities? Okay? Get this information right here. Now, once you find somebody that say, I got $500,000 over at Edward Jones, please do not pee on yourself. Act like you done been there before. Make sure we take care of what they had us out there for, but you will come back to this in the ATM. Okay. Now, what medications? Okay. Filling out this green sheet is what's going to separate you from just an insurance salesperson to now a true advocate for your clients. So you got to, and once you fill out this green sheet, you got to pick up the phone and call from the house so that we can make sure you write them with the right carrier. Okay. So those are the things right there. Writing multiple policies in a house. Filling out this green sheet will help you do all of those things to write more business. The other thing is this right here: run 40 appointments as fast as humanly possible. Okay, run 40 appointments. Some people it take 2 months, some people it take 2 weeks, some people it take a week. But the faster that you can run 40 appointments, the faster you're going to go through your learning curve. Okay, now speaking of sales, there is 3 reasons that people do not buy from you and me. Number 1, they don't like us. Number 2, there is no why. And number 3 is budget. Okay. Now you can use the ATM to answer all 3 of those objections before you get them. So they don't like you. First of all, you got to get good with connecting with people. If you're struggling connecting with people, I recommend this book called Everyone Communicates But Few Connect by John Maxwell. Okay. Everybody communicates, but few people connect. All right. So that's going to help you with connecting with clients. Okay. But one of the surefire way to connect with clients is to give them a genuine compliment. Okay. I say this all the time. People know they ugly. What do you mean by that? You remember when you was born, your mama told you was cute because she had you. But when you got to daycare and the kindergarten, them other kids that didn't know you, they told you how you really look. What I'm saying is, if a person has a raggedy house and it stinks, you cannot compliment them on how beautiful their home is. But you can find something nice to say about anybody, whether it be what they may be cooking something that smells good. Their smile may be beautiful. Their hair, a car in the yard, their bushes or their flower garden. Find something nice to say about somebody. So that's going to take care of number 1. Number 2 is a why. When you're sitting down with your clients, it is your job to help them verbalize what their future is going to be. It's not your job to tell them, it's your job to ask them questions. So you want to build the why 5 levels deep. So before I even pull out my ATM, when I'm sitting, after I build up some rapport and we're sitting down at the kitchen table, I'm taking that lead and I'm sliding it to them. And I'm asking them this question: what was on your heart? This is a copy of the form you filled out. What was on your heart when you fill this out and mailed it in? See, because if we can take people back to the original feeling that they got when they got that letter and put it back in the mailbox, we'll make a sale all the time. So we got to take them back. Why? So you want to build a level 5 levels deep. Most of the time, people are going to give you a very surface answer. Like, I was just wondering what I thought it was free. Well, yeah. Well, the only thing that's free is when you pass away, Social Security gonna give your family $255. And I don't know about y'all, but if you looked at the prices of flowers later, they ain't enough to pay for the casket. I mean, the flower on the casket. But what most people want is to make sure that they got a plan in place so that they're not leaving their family in a bind. If you say it like that, most people want to be like most people. So now you're giving them permission to be like most people. Okay, now you dig it deeper. So, yeah, so most people feel this out, want to make sure they don't leave their family in a bind. Is that kind of what you were thinking too? Okay. Who are you wanting to make sure? Why is that important? How would it make you feel if they didn't, if you didn't have a plan and you left them in the bind? And I'm going to make sure today, before I leave, that you can rest well knowing that you did the right thing and got a plan in place. Does that make sense? And then I'm pulling out my ATM. But at that point, they ready to buy, baby. And lastly, budget. Before you quote somebody, it's very important for you to get them to commit to how much they can set aside each month. I don't ask a client how much they can afford. I say it like this. I say, I know budget is important to your family just like it is to mine. About how much per month do you feel comfortable setting aside to protect your family? Most people are going to say, you just going to have to show me the numbers. I said, well, that makes sense. Now, my average client set aside $100 to $200 a month, but my budget conscious clients try to set aside under $100 a month. Which one of those categories do you fall in? Now, when you are building the quote, it's hard for them to say that they can't afford it when you're building a quote around their number. All right. So those things like that will definitely help you, one, make that initial sale. But identifying other opportunities to serve families, you want to make sure that you create so much connection. Let me tell you, when you call an insurance company to verify a person's policy, okay, and you're asking the questions from the policy review checklist, those are questions that the client didn't even know to ask. So now you are advocating for them, and they are thankful for you. So one of my agents who's just been with us for 5 years did the same. She called and verified the coverages. We ended up doing a reduced paid up, helping her do a reduced paid up option. She did a single premium case, and the lady was 83 years old. So she said, but before I do anything, I want my daughter-in-law to come over here and make sure that I'm doing the right thing. Because we had did such a good job on our due diligence on the front end, the daughter-in-law was so comfortable, she told us about $700,000 that she have at Edward Jones, and can we take a look at it? Most people are too lazy to go the extra mile. Think about it, guys. You paid for the lead. You booked the appointment. You got in the house. Why fumble now? Just go the extra mile to take care of your clients. And when you do that, you're going to have so many deposits coming through. You're going to become a master recruiter at that point, because it's working for you. And if something is working for you, why on God's green earth will you keep it from people that you love and respect? You can show them your pay stub and say, look, this is what I did. This is what I got paid for sitting down helping one family in about an hour. Do you know anybody who's looking to make that type of money? Listen, guys, we want everybody to come in and just straight crush it. But guess what? If you can I remember in network marketing, if we had somebody making $500, we was like, you know what? That could have saved foreclosures, a lot of foreclosures from back in 2008, people having an additional $500. Listen, helping people make an additional $500 a week can bless their life. What if you had 100 people doing 2 policies a month? Okay, 100 people doing 2 policies a month. That's $2,000 in AP times 100. That's $200,000 in volume, and you got a 15% spread. That's $30,000 a month, guys, in passive income. Money in the bank. Shorty, what you think? Listen, I can go on and on. I know I've been rambling, but listen, Go out and just do the basics. We got Panda is like all over the place, killing this thing. Do what the leaders are doing, but don't get addicted to just the income from immediate gratification of selling. Build you an organization so that, God forbid, you get sick, your income don't stop. Because I don't know about y'all, the postman comes, rain, sleet, or snow, and he bringing bills. Why not have enough passive income coming into your life to cover your passive bills? Last thing I will tell you is this right here. When I got started and I saw this company, I saw a company that I felt like was a baby in its infancy, and that I could come in and build something incredible and help expand the influence of the alliance. Everybody on this call comes with their own set of skills, knowledge, and ability. We need you to act as if you're a junior board member, act as if you're really successful, act as if you want to build this thing big and massive, and have that posture and go out and tell everybody that you know about the opportunity that we have. Don't get addicted to just the immediate gratification of selling. Yes, the building takes time, but guess what? If you put a pot roast in a crock pot and you let that thing sit overnight and all its juices get all up in that meat, and the next morning you get up, the house is smelling all good, and that meat just fall off the bone. That's what you want for your business. Building may take time, but it will definitely make your bank account tender. So money just flows through that thing like a river, baby. So I'm going to stop. I've been rambling for about 30 minutes. I would like to, first of all, open it up. I guess, Nick, I'll turn it back over to you. If you guys want to open it up for questions and answers. I don't know if I was too technical, if this is what you were looking for, just let me know, man.
Dude, I love you, man. You're good. This is perfect. And I'd love to open it up for questions. So if any of you guys have questions, type them in the chat. Make sure you type it to everybody, or at least to the host and the panelists. Definitely type it at least to us so we can see it. But I'll start off, Terry. What do you wish you would have done in the beginning, or what are you doing now that you wish you would have done earlier?
Yeah, so that's a great question, man. What I did was we started selling right off the gate, right? But because I had already enrolled 150 people, personally sponsored in World Ventures, I didn't attack my warm market as aggressive as I should have. And when you look at my top 20 producers, all of those except 2 are warm market people. Either it was somebody that I recruited and I got off of their list, but it was somebody already within our sphere of influence. So if I could go back and do it all over again, I would attack my warm market much faster. So I was building this like an insurance company, posting ads and things of that nature, because I just didn't want to go back to the people. Because remember, for the prior 4 years, I was telling them that we had the best deal in town. I had them tunnel focus on one thing. And I just didn't have the confidence. I thought I would look like I was talking out of both sides of my mouth. And so that's one thing that I would have done a lot quicker. But what I did do was I had stuff up around my house. So I had a board, a dry erase board, tracking my numbers, right? So one of my friends, Quincy Washington, came to see me in Atlanta, and he was like, "What's that on the board?" And I told him about it, and he got in. And Quincy built this thing on the side for about 5 years, 6 years. He built it on the side for 6 years. The last year, Nick, that joker was working in corporate America, making $3,000 a month doing the alliance on every other weekend. And on December 31st, he walked off his job and started to pursue this 100%. And just in his second month, he's already tripled his income from corporate America. So he was making $3,000, bringing home about $3,500 a month, working 50 hours a week. And now he's doing, already this month, he's had over $9,000 deposited in his bank account in his second month. And he's building his team. So that's one of the things that I would do different.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, the opportunity that we have here is crazy. It's crazy. It's really good.
It's insane.
I feel like, just like you said, like I still get, it's crazy. Like last week I had one house, I don't know, I wrote like 4,800 AP, just husband and wife, great people. Like the guy wanted to give me his season tickets, to the football game. I'm like, man, you ain't got to do that. Such great people. Just, we have such an amazing opportunity, and that doesn't, that hasn't, it hasn't gone over. Like, you still see that, right? You've been doing this for 7 years. And I think that's important.
That's the key. I think that's the key, Nick, is not losing our innocence, because we know where we come from. And to make $500 a month, like, bro, you had to have like 70 people like paying each month to make that amount of money. So it's like, don't ever take for granted that we got strangers that we don't know that fill out a form, and they pick up the phone and let us come over to their house. And when we leave, we know their checking account number, we know their date of birth, we got all their information. They even telling us about that rash in the spot we wish they wouldn't tell us about. And in a couple of days, the insurance carriers are going to drop 500, 700 off of one sale. Like, Nick, today, one of my Medicare clients called me. She said, my husband got the red, white, and blue card. In 20 minutes, I enrolled him in a Medicare Advantage plan, 0 premium. And we're going to make like $600. Who can do that on a Sunday afternoon? Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, you just have to. All of us, we got to stay strong in a business that can allow you to be weak, right? What other questions y'all got? I don't want to be.
Yeah, hey Terry, I've got one for you, and then we'll. I just had one question, and then we'll open it up to the team. You and I, we all came from a background where we had the best of the best training, and the Alliance has put together this system, the ARC, the training events. What are you and your team super fired up, obviously, about family reunion and Mark Cassetta coming on board? You know the background of what Mark can do and what he can do to businesses. How fired up are you guys about having this leadership development factory, this machine that's getting ready to run? What are your thoughts on the upcoming trainings that we're getting ready to do?
Well, the trainings are pivotal because, number one, first of all, when we're bringing people into this business, right, we tell them about it, but we immediately have to introduce them to the community for the social proof, right? So it might be a local meeting, it might be a Zoom call, whatever the case may be. But when people can go to a meeting and see thousands of people, you see people walking across stage like they can't halfway put a sentence together when Andy put the mic in their hand. I like to say at these events, the first one I went to, Oprah used to say on her show, people had aha moments. I like to say I had oh hell no moments. I was like, oh hell no. If that joker right there can do it, that right there, that dude right there make 200 grand doing this. Oh my gosh, I'm finna kill this, right? So what the events is gonna do is it's gonna excite you, right? But excitement only lasts for so long. It's gonna incite you on the possibility. So you're gonna get excited, you're gonna get incited, and I guarantee you're gonna see somebody walk across that stage that's going to resonate, relate to you and your story, and it's going to give you confidence. So I love the fact that we got some statistical data as well. See, I ain't just promoting like as a hype man, right? But people that go to our events make 2.7 times more than people who don't. If you take one person with you on your team, it goes up to 3 times. So you tell me, can you afford not to go? I've been doing this for 6 years, and I am trying my best right now to still get more people to go to the events. So I'm a big believer in the events. It's one of the 8 steps to success, which is attend all meetings. All meetings include family reunion. So it's going to be an event whether you are there or not, but it's going to be so much more fun if you are there. So if you're thinking about coming, please come. If you're on the fence, like if you don't know if you got the money for the hotel, just pencil it on your calendar. And once you put it on your calendar, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is going to send the resources to you to make you. After all, we got an insurance license. It's an application to pay for your trip to the event. There it is right there.
Facts.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely true. And if any of you guys have questions, you can put them in the Q&A. You can put them in the chat. Another quick one for you here, Terry, is, where do you see, just like Mike said, with everything that we have going on with the Alliance, I feel like, we just have like some incredible leadership, incredible people that are going for it right now. I feel like people are energized, like things are growing. What do you see, just like long term, what do you see the vision being, for you and your group and just the Alliance as a whole?
Yeah, so this is the thing, Nick. There are a bunch of people in the Alliance business that's rocking right now. Ours is one of them, right? On the flip side, there are a bunch of people in the Alliance business who ain't rocking, period. They're on the other end of the spectrum. They are not growing, right? They're not growing. What is the difference between the people who are growing and the people that's not growing? Because you can be in the environment where the company is growing and you are not. What are you speaking and believing for yourself? The first person that you got to sell is yourself. All right? You got to sell yourself that, you know what? I found home. This is a place that I can grow, and I know that ain't going nowhere. Brother, we're in the life insurance industry, man. When have you ever heard a life insurance company going out of business? Them jokers buy each other before they go out of business. In 2008, when the government had to bail out the banks and had to bail out the car manufacturers, insurance companies didn't skip a beat. 70 cents out of every dollar flows through an insurance company. Them jokers insure banks. Fred Becker, who wrote the book, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling, made $1 million selling life insurance in the Great Depression. So the industry is the right industry. We're in financial services, guys. Like the most profitable industry in the United States of America. You ain't even got to be good to make 6 figures. Okay? So, but one, you got to sell yourself that, one, I found home, and number 2, I need to go all in. Let's go all in for a week and see what happens. What I mean by that is just like go all in, get on the calls, make your dials, book your appointments. It is impossible to sit down with 10 families and you not make 2 sales, period. Because this is the way that'll work. You sit down with 10, you're going to sell 2. They was ready to buy. They was just waiting for you to come through the door. Those are what I call lay down appointments. It's going to be 2 of them. You ain't going to be able to sell if you was Jesus Christ telling them that day of death. They ain't going to believe you. But then 6 is where skill comes in. So if you run 20 appointments a week, you're going to guarantee 4 sales. That's going to give you confidence. But what you cannot do is not have activity and expect results. That's not going to happen. You cannot harvest that which you have not planted. So the people that's winning big have just planted a lot of seeds. And you're going to get lucky too. There's a scripture, it's Sunday evening. There's a scripture in Matthew, somewhere in chapter 6, I believe, around verse 33. And it talks about take no thought for tomorrow. Because if God take care of the fowls of the air and make sure that they got food to eat, don't you think he care enough about you to make sure that you got what you need? But the thing about a bird or a fowl in the air, they just don't sit on one dadgum tree post or one light post. They are buzzing around from tree to tree, pole to pole. And God just finds a way to drop manna in their life. One of the biggest policies that I wrote was $3,600 annual, one of the biggest now. I ain't saying the biggest, but one of the biggest. $3,600 annual premium is a guy that I met in Bojangles when I was getting a ham biscuit that my wife told me I shouldn't be eating. But he was in there complaining because they overcharged him. And we just started a conversation, and he had a graded term policy that went up every 5 years in price. And he found out I did life insurance. I said, man, I could fix that for you. So, but what if I was just sitting behind my computer? I was just thinking about what could be? No, if you get out there and you're working and you're buzzing around from tree to tree, it's impossible not to make money with us.
I feel exactly the same way. Fantastic. Yeah, 100%. And well said. Well said. Appreciate you for, yeah, man, just taking the time with us tonight. A couple of other quick questions here from, this one's from Solomon on the team. He said, as a brand new agent, what's the best thing to focus on starting out? So, what would you say? And what do you teach what are you're teaching your people? Like they just got their license. What do we want them focused on, laser focused on?
Okay, it's only one thing that we do here: sell, recruit, and build. Period. Sell, we recruit agents, and then we build. We teach them how to sell and recruit, right? So that's what I would focus on: is selling, recruiting, and building. Because this is the thing: if you only sell, you shortchange the opportunity. If you think of it as a multiplier, right? Let me see if I can do this. I'm not that good at math, but let's say this: sell, recruit, and build, right? And let's just say on a scale of 1 being horrible and 10 being great, right? You're a 5 at sales. Uh-oh. I don't know what I just did. Draw, maybe. Let's say you're a 5 at sales. You don't recruit nobody, so you ain't got nobody to teach and build. But if you look at it as a multiple, you got 0. 5 times 0 times 0 is 0. But what if you're just okay at sales, you're okay at recruiting, and you got a good community that can help you build? 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5, I believe, is 125. So if you don't do this, you are shortchanging your business, and you're also decreasing your income. So number one, get good at sales. Start with people that you know. Get you 10 good practice appointments. Some people say, I ain't got money for leads. You got people in your phone that needs life insurance, okay? But you don't have to call and try to sell them life insurance. Just say, hey, I started this new gig. I'm working with this company. They got plenty of clients for us to talk to. But before they let me talk to their clients, they want me to practice on a few people that I know. Do you mind being my guinea pig? Most of your friends will do that for you. Sit down with 10 people that you know. You're going to make some sales. Then you take that money and you flip it and learn how to sell leads. Okay? Because leads can be a blessing, but leads can be a curse too. What do I mean by that? People can say, well, I ain't got money for leads. Well, you got people that you know, right? And then worst case scenario, go down there to the Walmart. I like to say the pharmacy is the final expense department, You go over there near the baby section and the home section, that's your mortgage protection. And then everybody's over there in the grocery store. Just be nice to people. Talk to them. Let them know what you got to do. Have on a shirt to say what you do. You know what I'm saying? You'll bump into people. But I guarantee you, if you talk to 10 people that you know, you're going to make some immediate sales. But then you can take that money and flip it to learn how to sell leads. And this business pays for itself. So do that. And then on the recruiting side, yes, make sure everybody knows what you're doing. Hey, man, I got an opportunity. You know anybody who's looking for some additional money on the side? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to ask them directly, but get you 4 or 5 people going that way.
It's good. It's real good. Here's another one. As a new agent and recruiter, what's the best way to bring somebody in with a clear mind, was the question, if I haven't made any sales yet, to convince them to come in? So basically, you know, how would you go out there and bring somebody in, or how do you coach up your new people to bring someone else in if they haven't yet, you know, they haven't brought in any money themselves?
Okay, that's awesome. So if you got a license already and you haven't made money, have you wrote a policy on yourself? What about your children? That's number one. Your grandparents, right? But this system is not a respecter of person. It's nothing. I put on my pants one leg at a time, just like you do. Mike, Panda, Nick, although there is nothing special about us. What differentiates winners from the people who ain't making money is a level of activity. Again, so can you sit down with 20 people? Now, if you don't have a license yet, right, you're just getting started. No, Nick got receipts. Mike Guerra got receipts, right? So you use the community results until you get your own. But it's no excuse that if you have an insurance license that you haven't made money yet. Like, it's hard not to make money with an insurance license. Now, the question is, can you say with a clear mind that you're giving it all you got? Are you really, really trying? Are you following the system? So if you got a clear mind that you are following the system, you should have a clear conscience in order to invite somebody in. But it's hard to invite somebody to an opportunity that you are not, that you're shortchanging, that you don't fully believe in.
No, that was really, really good. Last question. This is from Panda. What would you say about someone that wants to really win big, but is still hesitating about going to the events? I know what I would personally say. Last question, and then I know you got to get back to your family. It's almost 10 on the East Coast, so bring it home with that. And then, yeah, what would you say to someone that wants to win big, but is hesitating about getting trained or going to the events?
Going to the event is going to help you make if you just go by yourself, going to help you make 270% more money. Like, people that's winning big will be at the event. So if you want to win big, you got to do what the big winners do. It may not be investing $1,000 in leads right now, but dadgum, you could go out and write a policy, maybe 2 apps, and get your ticket and your hotel to come to the event. So if you really want to win big, you just got to do what the big people do. And that's what we do. We don't miss events. We come hell or high water, we figure out how to get there. If we got to stay 5 in a hotel room and bring some bologna sandwiches, that's what we got to do. If we got to sleep 6, 7, if we got to rent a van and put 17 people in a 15-passenger van, somebody can be a hood ornament. But we got to get there, baby. Do what you got to do, but do not. This is the thing. I'm going to say this, and I hope it's not too harsh. You can lie to me. You can lie to your leaders, but please don't lie to yourself. We make concessions to get what we want. When we're in survival mode, we figure out a way to eat. It might not be what we want, but we figure out how to eat. If you want to win big, you got to get to the big events, because at big events, big decisions are made. And that's not cliche-ish, but that's really, really true. So come on, it's 2 applications at best to get to the event.
Yep. That's amazing. Hey, Terry, we appreciate you hopping on. This was unbelievable. We're going to have the recording, and I know I'm going to listen to it again and again and again. And there's I think everybody on this call, they're texting me fired up about just the heat that you brought. So it's no question why you're winning and helping a bunch of other people as well. So we appreciate you. We love you. We're going to make this year the biggest year the Alliance has ever had. We're all getting ready to grow in multiples. We are not adding, we are growing in multiples. And so
multiplication, baby.
This ain't an addition business. This is a multiplying business. You don't want to add to your income. You want to multiply it. So we love you. We appreciate y'all. And everybody have a blessed night.